What if I told you Magnum P.I never really left the screen, but ended up running an avocado ranch from 25 net worth to vintage Ferraris, a private golf course, and 1,500 avocado trees? This isn't just celebrity living. It's a masterclass in life after fame. Tom Selleck didn't disappear, he evolved. And what he's built over 30+ years will surprise you. Stick around. This story is unlike anything you've seen on YouTube. Inside Tom Selleck's ranch routine. What if one of Hollywood's most iconic stars traded the red carpet for dirt roads, horse stables, and avocado trees at 80 years old? Tom Selleck lives a life far removed from the flash bulbs and film sets that once defined him. Instead, he begins each day on a sprawling 65-acre ranch in Ventura County, California, a property he bought in 1988 for just over $5 million and is now worth more than double that. Once owned by crooner Dean Martin, the Spanish colonial estate boasts 8 bedrooms, staff quarters, a tennis court, swimming pool, heliport, and even a private 3-hole golf course. But here's the twist: Selleck isn't lounging in luxury, he's doing the grunt work himself. His morning starts early, with coffee and a quiet moment reading the newspaper, before heading out to tend to over 105 avocado trees. And yes, many of those trees were planted by the man himself. Imagine that, an Emmy-winning actor hauling mulch and pruning branches with his own hands. "It's a way to stay grounded," he said. The ranch, while peaceful, isn't just a retirement retreat. It's a working property. Despite ongoing droughts that have devastated California agriculture and dried up portions of his groves, Selleck hasn't walked away. His resilience is something many overlook. The land has faced legal battles. Remember when he paid $21,000 to settle a lawsuit over allegedly taking water to save his crops? Still, he pressed on. Mid-morning often means saddling up. Horseback riding isn't just a hobby anymore. It's a second-nature skill Selleck acquired for his 1979 role in The Sackets, where, ironically, he didn't even know how to ride when he auditioned. Now, he rides for pleasure and for connection, especially when his daughter, Hannah, visits. The two bond over shared rides, reinforcing a lifestyle that values presence over pretense. His afternoons are filled with gardening, often observing the wildflowers blooming across seasons. There's something poetic about a man known for fast cars and crime dramas now finding peace in watching sunflowers turn toward the sky. But what keeps him going when the cameras aren't rolling, that's where it gets even more personal. Family life away from Hollywood. Here's something most people don't realize about Tom Selleck. His greatest role may not have been Magnum or Frank Reagan, but husband and father. Married for nearly 40 years to Jillie Mack, a former West End musical actress he met in London while filming Lassiter, Selleck chose love and loyalty over Hollywood temptation. In an industry infamous for failed marriages, their quiet Lake Tahoe wedding in 1987 under fake names to dodge the press speaks volumes about how they value privacy over publicity. "What I cherish most is our friendship," he once said of Jillie. And that enduring sense of partnership continues to shape his life today. Selleck stepped back from the limelight not because he lost relevance, but because he wanted to be present. After the birth of their daughter, Hannah, in 1980, he famously left Magnum P.I. at the height of its success to raise her on the ranch, offering her a grounded upbringing that Hollywood could never promise. Hannah, now a Grand Prix-level equestrian, credits her rural childhood for teaching her discipline, resilience, and respect for animals. She's not just Selleck's daughter, she's his pride. Then there's Kevin, his adopted son from his first marriage to Jacqueline Ray. Kevin's story is a testament to tough love and redemption. After battling addiction, Kevin found stability with Selleck's support and is now married with 6 kids of his own, working in the entertainment industry. You never stop being a dad, even when your kids are grown. Selleck said in an interview, a line that speaks to every parent who's navigated the rough patches and stuck around. Despite his fame, he's made it a priority to shield his family from the spotlight. No flashy red carpet appearances, no tabloid spreads, just Sunday dinners, horseback rides, and walks through avocado groves. It's not just refreshing, it's revolutionary. But how does he keep up this pace at 80 years old? The secret lies not just in lifestyle, but in discipline. And the next part of his story might just be the most inspiring of all. Health habits at age 80. You might expect a Hollywood legend in his 80s to have slowed down. But Tom Selleck proves that aging doesn't mean stopping, it means adapting. His health routine is surprisingly simple, but incredibly effective. No miracle diets, no 4-hour gym sessions. Instead, he stays active through daily ranch chores, manual labor that would leave most men half his age breathless. From hauling hay to fixing fences, this physicality isn't staged, it's real life. And it's part of why he still moves with the energy of someone decades younger. Let's move on to the next chapter of his incredible journey, how this Hollywood veteran turned his fame into fortune, and what his $25 million lifestyle really looks like. Early life and athletic pursuits. Before the mustache, before the Ferrari, before the Emmy, there was just Tom. Born Thomas William Selleck on January 29, 1945 in Detroit, Michigan. He wasn't born into fame or fortune. His father, Robert, worked as a real estate executive, while his mother, Martha, was a homemaker. The family moved to Sherman Oaks, California, when Tom was just 3 years old, a relocation that would unknowingly place him right in the heart of Hollywood's backyard. But stardom was far from his mind. Back then, he was just a kid in the San Fernando Valley who loved sports, the outdoors, and working hard. Standing an impressive 6'4", Tom was a natural athlete. At Grant High School, he thrived in basketball and baseball, but it was his time at the University of Southern California that truly showcased his athleticism. On a basketball scholarship, he played for the USC Trojans and even pitched and served as a designated hitter for the baseball team. He joined the Sigma Chi fraternity and became a Trojan Knight, immersing himself in student life with vigor. At one point, he planned to become an executive for United Airlines and studied business administration. Acting that wasn't even on the radar until a professor suggested he try an acting class to boost his GPA. That one decision changed everything. Tom began dabbling in modeling and commercials while still in school. He was handsome, charismatic, and camera-ready. His breakout moment on the dating game caught the eye of 20th Century Fox, and they signed him to a contract under their new talent program. Just 3 courses shy of a degree, Selleck left USC behind. His dad gave him the push he needed, famously telling him, "Risk is the price you pay for opportunity." That risk would eventually pay off, but not before life threw him a curveball that almost derailed everything. Military service and early acting struggles at the height of the Vietnam War. Tom received his draft notice. Instead of waiting for the call, he took charge and enlisted in the California National Guard. From 1967 to 1973, he served in the 160th Infantry Regiment, eventually reaching the rank of sergeant. He's never been shy about his military pride, once stating, "We're all brothers and sisters in that sense." He even appeared on recruitment posters and helped promote the National Guard. His time in uniform would later inform his many roles as lawmen, soldiers, and honorable men of action. But military duty came at a price. When Selleck returned from service, 20th Century Fox had dropped him. It was a brutal blow. He had left college and risked his future, only to return and find himself starting over. For years, he hustled through small roles, forgettable films, and over 50 commercials. He even played a small part in the infamous flop Myra Breckenridge and took on side gigs to stay afloat. Nothing came easy, yet he never gave up. Then came the audition that would change his life. In 1979, Selleck was cast in The Sackets, a Louis L'Amour miniseries. Though he didn't even know how to ride a horse, he threw himself into the role and fell in love with the Western genre. That role caught the eye of producers at CBS, who were about to launch a new detective series. But Selleck wasn't going to settle for just another action hero. He wanted something different. And that's when Magnum P.I. was born. Breakthrough with Magnum P.I. December 11th, 1980. That's the day America met Thomas Magnum, a laid-back yet deeply principled private investigator living in paradise. Selleck's role in Magnum P.I. redefined TV heroes. He pushed back against the original character, demanding a more relatable, flawed, and fun version, one who wore Hawaiian shirts, quoted Shakespeare, and drove a red Ferrari. That creative vision paid off. Magnum P.I. exploded onto the scene and quickly became one of the top-rated shows in the country. At its peak, it ranked third in the Nielsen ratings for the 1982-83 season. By 1985, Selleck was earning $500 or $1,000 per episode, a staggering sum that placed him among the highest-paid actors on TV. He won a Primetime Emmy in 1984, a Golden Globe in 1985, and 2 People's Choice Awards. But it wasn't just about awards. The character became a cultural icon, and Selleck's mustache became a symbol of 1980s cool. What truly set Selleck apart was his loyalty. During the show's final season, when CBS refused to give crew members bonuses, Tom stepped in. Out of his own pocket, he gave every crew member a $1,000 bonus, roughly 100 people in all. That rare act of generosity was the kind of off-screen integrity that matched his on-screen persona. But as the show neared its end in 1988, Tom shocked everyone. He walked away. Why? Because he wanted to raise his daughter. He chose fatherhood over fame, a move that made headlines and won hearts. But don't think that meant the end of his Hollywood journey. In fact, it was just a new beginning. Film success and Western legacy. While TV had made him a household name, Tom Selleck was ready to conquer the big screen. His biggest film success came in 1987 with 3 Men and a Baby, a comedy that earned $167 million at the U.S. box office and over $240 million worldwide. It was the top-grossing film of the year, beating out Fatal Attraction and Beverly Hills Cop 2. Selleck proved he could do more than action. He could do heart and humor. He followed it up with films like Quigley Down Under, a Western set in Australia that became a cult classic. Critics praised his rugged charm and authenticity, calling it one of his best performances. He continued to ride tall in other Westerns like Crossfire Trail, Monty Walsh, and Last Stand at Sabre River, all of which won Bronze Wrangler Awards for Outstanding Television Feature Film. His Western credibility was cemented in 2010 when he was inducted into the Hall of Great Western Performers at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum. Not bad for a guy who couldn't ride a horse just 30 years earlier. But Tom's screen presence wasn't just reserved for cowboy boots and six-shooters, blue bloods, and TV renaissance. In 2010, Selleck stepped into the shoes of Frank Reagan, the New York City police commissioner and family patriarch in CBS's Blue Bloods. The show became a Friday night staple, drawing over 9 million viewers per episode and holding strong for 14 seasons. Selleck anchored the series with gravitas, portraying a character defined by duty, justice, and old-school values, essentially, a version of himself. What made Blue Bloods so powerful wasn't just the crime-solving, it was the heart. Each episode ended with the Reagan family gathered around the dinner table, debating morality, loyalty, and the meaning of service. The dynamic felt real because it was real. Tom brought his own family principles to the set, fostering a bond with castmates like Donnie Wahlberg and Bridget Moynihan that translated on screen. Over 293 episodes, Selleck became synonymous with principled leadership, showing a new generation what strength with humility looks like. When the show concluded in December 2024, it left behind not just a legacy but a blueprint for character-driven storytelling in a noisy, sensational media age. Yet Tom wasn't ready to hang up his badge or saddle. He's now focused on reviving his beloved Jesse Stone franchise, exploring how the troubled police chief has aged and evolved. "I love Jesse," Selleck said, "and he'd be different. He's older now. That's a fun thing to deal with." And that's the magic of Tom Selleck. He's always evolving, always grounded, and always looking for the next chapter. So, what does an 80-year-old actor with a legendary past, a rock-solid family, and a ranch full of avocados do next? That's what we'll explore in the next section, how Tom turned a lifetime of work into a fortune, and why his net worth says just as much about his values as it does his success. How Selleck built his $25 million net worth. How does a man who walked away from one of the most successful shows of the 1980s still maintain a fortune worth an estimated $25 million in 2025? Tom Selleck didn't just build a net worth, he built a legacy, and he did it without falling into the traps of fame, reckless spending, or flashy investments. Instead, his wealth reflects something deeper: smart choices, long-term planning, and a commitment to living within his means. Let's take a look at how he did it and why it continues to grow. Selleck's financial journey began with Magnum P.I, the CBS juggernaut that turned him into a global star. By the mid-1980s, he was earning a reported $500,000 per episode, a staggering amount that, when adjusted for inflation, is more than $1.2 million per episode today. With 8 seasons and consistent top 20 ratings, Magnum didn't just make Tom rich, it made him bankable. He didn't just collect a paycheck, he collected residuals. The reruns of Magnum continue to generate income to this day, a reliable source of passive revenue that many younger actors today would envy. But here's the part they don't tell you: while Magnum was a hit, Selleck's values never shifted. In the final season, CBS refused to give bonuses to the crew. Instead of accepting that, Selleck negotiated a bonus from his own deal and distributed $1,000 checks to around 100 crew members out of his own pocket. That's not just generosity, that's leadership. And ironically, that loyalty only made people want to work with him more. Then came Blue Bloods, the CBS police drama that became another surprise goldmine. From 2010 until its end in 2024, Selleck starred as Frank Reagan across 14 seasons and nearly 300 episodes. His per-episode salary peaked at $200,000, totaling around $55 million in gross earnings from the series alone. Even after a 25% pay cut in the final season, he still earned $150,000 per episode, adding another $2. $7 million to his income. Selleck didn't just act, he produced. His producer credits on Blue Bloods, Jesse Stone, and other TV films ensured back-end profits and residuals, Unlike many celebrities who burn through their peak earnings, Tom diversified. He poured part of his wealth into a hidden gem, the ranch. But before we get to that, let's not forget his endorsement deals. Since 2016, Selleck has been the national spokesperson for American Advisors Group AAG, the reverse mortgage company. These TV spots air constantly and they pay well. Industry insiders estimate such deals can earn actors millions annually, depending on contract scope. Add to that his early commercial work with Revlon, Right Guard, Close-Up Toothpaste, and even a brief stint as the Marlboro Man, and you realize his portfolio spans 5 decades. Still, Tom never chased money for the sake of headlines. As he once said, "I save my money. I live within my means. And I don't buy yachts I can't sail myself." That humility may be rare in Hollywood, but it's part of why his fortune continues to grow. Today, with an estimated net worth of $25 million, Selleck isn't just surviving post-Blue Bloods, he's thriving. But how does he manage that wealth day to day? The answer lies in avocado trees, horse stables, and a very rare Bentley. Let's dive into the assets behind the numbers. Car collection and real estate assets beneath Tom Selleck's calm exterior is a man who truly appreciates craftsmanship, whether it's found in hand-built European classics, vintage American muscle, or the meticulously restored ranch he's called home for over 35 years. His real estate and car collection aren't just luxurious, they're deeply personal. And together they form the foundation of his long-term financial stability. Let's start with the crown jewel, his Ventura County ranch. Purchased in 1988 for just over $5 million, this 63-acre Spanish colonial estate was once owned by Rat Pack legend Dean Martin. Today, it's valued at approximately $12 million, a staggering increase that rivals some of California's most lucrative property gains. But this isn't just a weekend retreat. The ranch includes 8 bedrooms, staff quarters, a heliport, tennis court, stables, swimming pool, and even a 3-hole putting course. It also doubles as a working avocado farm, once housing over 2,100 avocado trees, many of which Selleck planted himself. Even though he doesn't like the taste of avocados, he once said, "Honestly, they make me gag." He's proud of the product and runs the operation with quiet passion. He personally takes part in ranch maintenance, from fixing roads to clearing brush, giving him a tax-efficient, revenue-generating, and spiritually fulfilling home base. It's no surprise he once admitted, "Hopefully I keep working enough to hold on to the place." But make no mistake, this ranch isn't just sentimental. It's a smart, appreciating asset in one of the most desirable regions of California. Now, onto his car collection, one that's as eclectic as it is iconic. Selleck's car collection is not only impressive, it tells the story of his varied tastes and unique personality. At the pinnacle is his 1967 Ferrari 275 GTB, an Italian masterpiece valued at a staggering $3 million. While most associate Selleck with the Ferrari 308 GTS from Magnum P.I, the truth is that Ferrari reclaimed those vehicles post-filming. His personal Ferrari, however, remains a testament to his appreciation for classic automotive craftsmanship. Yet his passion isn't limited to European luxury. Selleck also cherishes a 1928 Bentley 4-liter Le Mans Tourer, a vehicle celebrated for its racing heritage. This Bentley symbolizes the glamour of early motorsports, reflecting Selleck's respect for history and tradition. But the car that perhaps most reflects Selleck's lifestyle is his practical yet striking 1953 Dodge Power Wagon, restored specifically for his ranch work. This vintage American truck showcases his deep connection to hands-on ranch life. It's not just for show. This rugged vehicle has genuinely served his daily needs, perfectly aligning with his authentic, grounded approach to life. Selleck's collection also includes American muscle classics, like a 1970 Dodge Challenger, and military-era vehicles like a 1945 Willys MB Jeep, illustrating his appreciation for historical significance and power. Yet despite owning these valuable and collectible vehicles, Selleck often chooses practicality over showiness in his daily life, frequently driving modest trucks suited for ranch tasks or routine errands. His car choices encapsulate his financial philosophy, perfectly investing in quality, appreciating history, but always prioritizing function over pure luxury. Taken together, Selleck's real estate and vehicles account for over $15 million of his current net worth. From Magnum to the mountains, from stardom to simplicity, Selleck's story proves that real luxury is peace, purpose, and a life well lived. Like, share, and drop a comment. Which celebrity lifestyle should we dive into next? And remember, true luxury is timeless.